Viktor Gyökeres is finally an Arsenal player, but why Gyokeres? With other elite strikers like Alexander Isak and Benjamin Šeško also on the radar, why did Arsenal choose the Swedish powerhouse from Portugal? What made him the priority? The £64 million deal with Sporting CP is sealed, marking the end of the summer's most electrifying saga and the beginning of a bold new chapter in North London. Arsenal may have just landed the final piece in their title puzzle. And more importantly, can he be the man to take Arsenal from nearly men to champions? When Arsenal sat down to draw up their shortlist of potential strikers, it's no surprise that names like Alexander Isak and Benjamin Šeško were heavily considered. Isak had just come off a sensational season with 32 goals in 48 appearances for club and country. He finished second in the Premier League Golden Boot race, dazzling fans with his footwork, composure, and flair in front of goal. Šeško, meanwhile, recorded 26 goals and 6 assists across all competitions, showcasing his potential as a future world-class striker. On paper, both options were impressive. Isak had already proven himself in the Premier League and was still only 24. Šeško was younger and rawer, but had elite upside and was already making waves at the international level. Yet Arsenal made their decision, and they went all in on Viktor Gyökeres. But why? Arsenal didn't just want potential. They weren't looking for a player who might explode 2 years from now. They needed someone ready to deliver immediately, someone who could step in and lead the line. Isak and Šeško had strong seasons, but Gyokeres' numbers were on another planet. He scored 63 goals in 57 matches for both club and country, averaging 1.1 goals per game. That level of consistency across domestic and international fixtures is exactly what Arsenal has been missing. Not just a striker who can score, but one who does it with ruthless regularity no matter the occasion. Unlike Isak, who can drift out of games, or Šeško, who's still developing, Gyokeres brought guaranteed firepower and a relentless mentality that caught Mikel Arteta's attention. Arteta said during Gyokeres' unveiling,
"We are super happy to have Viktor obviously with us. Yeah, it's been a long journey to get him over here. He's been incredible. Because it's very clear from the beginning where he wanted to play and how passionate I felt him from day one when we first spoke. And you can see the boys, you can see the environment as well. Very excited with his arrival."
Sporting director Andrea Berta added, "His physicality, winning mentality, and work ethic make him a perfect fit for our vision." In the end, that's what sealed it. Arsenal didn't just want a striker who could play beautiful football. They needed a player who could score under pressure, thrive in big moments, and set the tone for the rest of the squad. Gyokeres was that guy. That's why they pushed through one of the most difficult negotiations of the summer. Isak's technique and Šeško's potential were tempting. Arsenal chose proven dominance. Before arriving in North London, Gyokeres was tearing it up at Sporting. Under manager Ruben Amorim, he became one of the most feared strikers in Europe. In just 2 seasons, from 2023 to 2025, he racked up a staggering 97 goals and 28 assists in 107 matches. That's not just good form, that's elite, world-class output. Sporting paid just €24 million to sign him from Coventry City, and every single cent proved to be worth it. He wasn't just a smart signing, he turned out to be one of the best value transfers in recent history. In his debut season alone, he scored over 40 goals in all competitions and added 14 assists. But it wasn't just the numbers. Gyokeres fits Sporting's intense front foot system perfectly. He led the press from the front, used his body to shield the ball and link up play, and attacked in space. He was fast, strong, and ruthless in the box. His left foot was a weapon, but he could also score with his right and dominate aerial duels. What made him so effective in Portugal was his ability to do everything. One minute he was dropping deep to pull defenders out of shape, the next he was sprinting in behind to latch onto through balls. He could hold up play, carry the ball over distance, or just be in the right place at the right time to tap in a cross. In big games, whether it was against Benfica or Porto, he didn't disappear. He thrived. That mentality, that fearless approach to high-stakes football is what Arsenal believes will translate perfectly to the Premier League. For the third straight season, Arsenal finished second in the Premier League. They reached the Champions League semi-finals for the first time since 2008-09, but domestic cup runs were cut short with exits in the EFL Cup semi-finals and the FA Cup third round. Arsenal have been building something special. Saka on the right, Martinelli or Trossard on the left, Odegaard orchestrating the midfield, and Declan Rice anchoring it all. Defensively, they were exceptional. Saliba and Gabriel hold the defense line perfectly. They conceded the fewest goals in the league, just 34, and kept 13 clean sheets, the joint most in the competition. David Raya shared the Golden Glove with Matt Sells, underlining just how solid Arteta's backline had become. Arsenal was strong at the back, they lacked edge up front. They scored 69 goals in the Premier League, fewer than Liverpool and Manchester City. Kai Havertz, a midfielder turned false nine, finished as the top scorer with just 15 goals in all competitions. That simply isn't enough for a team with title ambitions. Gabriel Jesus brought creativity and pressing, but not consistently. Havertz filled the role, but never fully convinced. The one missing piece was always a natural striker. That's why Viktor Gyökeres was brought in. He offers the physicality of a classic number 9 with the speed and intensity of the modern game. With Saka and Martinelli supplying him and Odegaard pulling the strings, Gyokeres won't just score, he'll disrupt defenses, create space, and finish with precision. His pressing fits perfectly into Arteta's system. He works tirelessly, reads the game well, and helps win the ball high up the pitch, keeping opponents pinned back. Most importantly, Gyokeres brings a ruthless winning mentality. Arsenal have lacked that killer instinct in key moments. Now they have a striker who thrives under pressure, leads from the front, and sets the tone with his presence and mentality. Mikel Arteta's search for a true number 9 is finally over. Arsenal believe they've found the missing piece to their title puzzle in Viktor Gyökeres. He's got everything: power, experience, relentless work rate, and a clinical eye for the goal. But it's more than just numbers. Gyokeres fits the system, the intensity, and the mindset Arteta demands. He's the striker Arsenal fans have been waiting for. The Premier League is a different beast, with tougher defenders and bigger pressure. But judging by his explosive form in UCL versus Man City, where he terrorized backlines and celebrated goals with his trademark mask celebration, Gyokeres won't just adapt, he'll shine. And maybe, with Gyokeres leading the line in red and white, Arsenal's long wait for the Premier League crown could finally come to an end.